Here we are, version 13. A lot of changes made on the back end. Cat commands were renamed to begin with cat as their function. They've been separated from the rest of the EEPROM commands. A lot of work done here on the front end on FT817OS, and I'll show you what we got. Right now, if I type help, I'll get the regular system commands that we saw before, to include some new ones we'll talk about. And the cat commands. These are the cat commands that are written in the book from Yaesu for this radio. These are the ones that are supported by Yaesu that they recommend you using. The cat commands have been pulled out of the get and set group, made them a bit smaller. So those are my get commands. Set commands are a lot smaller now that that's been removed. Further able to reduce the menus and bring everything into order, I've added submenus now. And the first one is config, and we see the prompt here is our standard prompt. If I try and go to config without write mode on, I'll get an error. I have to do write enable. Now I have the pound sign. Then I go to config, and now I'm in the config mode. Now if I type help, I get an entirely different menu. This is heavily under construction right now. This gives you an idea of which way we're going as far as memory. But I have an option here called list, and list is functioning. If I type list, and these are the ones I have in place so far, it's going to show the actual menu items with the number in the radio, the back-end configurations for the radio. And as I add them in, I add them to the list. So just one command will bring up the entire status of all of the menu options for the radio. There are exceptions that I'll talk about later. Some of the menu options that look like they fit perfectly within the list are actually tied to certain frequencies or certain bands on certain channels. They shift memory addresses. So those missing numbers will be available in a subdirectory like VFOA or VFOB. But this is what we're working with now. A lot of get functions were added to support this, and moving along on a list to knock them all out to have read and write. If I want to leave the config mode, I could just type exit. It takes me back to the regular mode. If I were to type help again, I'm right back at the main screen. Going through right quick, I don't believe there's anything else. I do capture in the history and the output log anything from the submenu, which is nice. Even if you go into the submenu, you can see that I went to config, I typed list, I hit exit, and these things were recorded on the log. The output log, right now there's nothing that generates a direct output, so the output log will not show anything except for my write enable flag and the exit. I'll be adding that into the submenus in the next release.